Pretty good bourbon.
Pretty good bourbon.
Not bad.
What makes a good bourbon?
I think it depends on your preference. Personally, I like it to have a little bit of a bite. The Scotch that's upstairs right now has no bite at all. And I don't know if you were here, I was making fun of it. I was like, it's like something you would buy at Target.
It's like training wheel bourbon.
Yeah.
Man, we went to Tennessee, to Nashville, and went to the Jack Daniel's distillery. And they were telling us all about what makes a Tennessee whiskey versus a Kentucky whiskey and
Irish whiskey and all that stuff.
There's like very specific things. Like if it goes through this certain process, that makes it this particular whiskey. I don't know what those processes are.
There's a lot of like minute differences.
Yeah.
I knew a lot about this stuff back a couple of years ago. I forgot everything about it.
You get super into it. You were getting like the different whiskeys sent to you.
I was,
trying out the different ones and shit.
Yeah, that was fun. I should actually probably do that again. The only thing that I remember is that to make it a bourbon, it's got to have at least 51% corn, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
51% corn.
Yeah.
I don't know. We walked around and I was just kind of in awe of the place, right? And I know what I like to drink, but it's typically not straight.
Yeah, it's with something. I don't know. And well, man, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
For those who don't know you, let them know your name, where you're from, how long you've been tattooing, and what kind of tattoos you like to do.
Okay, my name is Jeremy Miller. from Austin, Texas. Been tattooing 22 years, and I specialize in realistic black and gray. No, I do just really dumb new school stuff. I like stuff that makes you smile, stuff that's fun and silly.
So Nicole, my wife, asked me today, who's the guest on the podcast? I was like, oh, it's Jeremy Miller. She goes, oh, what does he do? And I thought about it. I was like, I want to call it wonky new school.
Yeah.
And she's like, is wonky new school a genre? I was like, I don't know. I feel like new school right now is very different than new school 20 years ago. And you're still doing the 20 years ago new school.
I do my very best.
I guess we haven't had too many new schools guys here on the show. So for those that don't know the style, describe it a little bit, and how did you get involved in doing new school tattoos?
So to describe the style, I would say think of things as like whimsical. Right. So no specific rules other than just kind of silly. So you can have a serious subject matter, but doing it in a silly way. But the way I look at approaching mine is just to try to exaggerate things that you wouldn't normally see exaggerated in tattoos. Yeah. So if I'm going to do a tattoo of a sheet of paper with some words on it, I'm going to make the paper look like it's made out of Play-Doh. So it's like way thicker than
it's super thick. Yeah.
And it's kind of dumb, but it seems silly and whimsical to me. So, definitely like a cartoon graffiti kind of blend of things. When I first started tattooing, I actually just talked to Joe Caff about this a couple of days ago. When I first started, I would walk around the shop and just stare at flash, right? Back in the day when all shops were just covered in walls of flash and flash racks, and I'd go through and flip through stuff, and the things that always really stood out to me were just the cartoon stuff. It's all I wanted to do. Like I started out drawing tribal because that was kind of popular at the time, but it didn't really stand out to me as something I was really excited about.
Yeah.
So I was looking at like Tony Chavarro flash, Josh Wood's stuff online. I just talked to Jeremy Harburn, who is just incredible and was doing flash at the time that I saw from Tattoo Johnny, and fell in love with it. And all I wanted to do was just tattoo these things. But it's hard to sell silly stuff.
Yeah.
So
it takes a special silly client. The special people get these tattoos and they love them. Like, I love that you did a tattoo just a couple of days ago of a toaster.
Yeah.
And it was super fun. And then like the best thing is that you said like, yeah, I've tattooed this guy a bunch of times, and everything was food tattoos that they've gotten.
Yeah, like the guy, so Dom, that client's a good friend of mine, and he was a food photographer. So his forearm is a Polaroid camera with spaghetti and meatballs wrapped around it. Because why not? It's just like tattoos that make you smile, man. I love them.
How much of your drawing process do I sound funny?
Nah.
No. How much of your drawing process is like fundamentals of drawing that you're exaggerating, and how much of it is just like, I'm just going to make it up and see what happens?
Zero fundamentals. Zero.
Because there's a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, but I've seen plenty of new school artists who are trying to exaggerate their stuff, and they exaggerate to a point where it's just like, that doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
But yours feels right.
Yeah. So a while back, I started trying to do this thing where I make things look realistic, even though they are very far from it. Right. And I did not succeed at it, but I think it helped me to make it look like it's right, like it's the way it's supposed to be. So, for example, if you've got like a pot, let's say, and you've got a plant coming out of that pot, well, you can exaggerate the pot, you can exaggerate the plant, but if the plant looks like it's not actually in the pot, it doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah. So it's got to follow, I guess, those fundamentals of reality.
Yeah.
So when I'm drawing, a lot of times I can't figure out what to draw. I don't know what to draw. So I'm just like sketching random lines until I see something. So a few days ago, same thing, little circles all over the page until boom, I see a flamingo inner tube. I don't know why.
Yeah, this is what I see and this is what it's going.
Yeah. And so that's what it became.
Nice.
How often are you creating new designs like nowadays?
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah, typically, for the most part, every day, within reason. Typically, I'm going to try to take my designs, red pencil sketch, all the way to full color. Ooh, hit the microphone, sorry.
Oh, good.
All the way to full color, Prismacolor, frame it, put it on the wall. So I'm trying to do at least 1 or 2 full color pieces per week. But typically by the end of that time, I end up with another 5 or 6 sketched out rendered pieces.
How many of those turn out to be tattoos?
10%, maybe.
We're just still cranking out ideas constantly.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
The air conditioner? What was that?
that one. That air conditioner kicked in. I was like, what the hell?
What the hell?
What in the heck? Hold on.
All right, little detour.
Little dude.
Little detour. Just hold on.
I think one of the biggest problems I see with people trying to draw new school and failing is fucking up the perspective of everything.
Yeah.
Because you can exaggerate form, you can exaggerate like features, but if it's not sitting in the correct perspective and your angles and your lines are going in all wonky directions, that's when it looks really fucked up.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like to think of things like from taking one kind of way of exaggerating it. So if I'm going to exaggerate perspective, I'm going to lean that thing over.
Yeah.
Right. But if I'm going to act like it's got a balloon inside it and I'm blowing that balloon up, then the whole thing has this kind of rounded, fattened look to it. If I'm going to make it where it's real sharp edges and looks choppy, I'm exaggerating that feature.
You got to be consistent with what you're exaggerating.
Yeah, you start exaggerating too many features, then you just end up with this mush of things that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And sometimes even then, it still doesn't make sense.
Welcome, G Money, to the pod. Guys.
I got to get it. I got to
Give me a sound.
We need to get you like
get you-
I think what we need to do is just get one of those like soundboards to connect to that, where you can have it like this
on my lap.
on your lap. You can be like,
Could we do that?
yeah, there's the little tiny ones that control everything. Put all kinds of even custom sounds.
All right. I'm into it.
I like it. I like it.
We need a fart sound.
So
agree.
today, guys, I had an idea for today's episode, and it has to do with common tattoo, let's say, the unset rules. Unsaid rules in tattooing that
Not rules.
you either have heard from a tattooer or from a friend, or just we've heard them. They're things, right? And I want to guess your opinions if it's a fact or if these rules are trash.
So it's just like Mythbusters. You're going to present us the rules and we have to tell you if they're true or not.
Correct.
Okay.
And yeah, you guys tell me if it's true or not. And kind of like our Price That Tat episode, I want you to keep that a secret after I read it,
Okay.
right? And then when I say reveal, then you can just say what you think it is.
Okay.
All right. So at this point, round 1, get your sleeves before your hands. Go.
Rule.
Yeah, rule.
Definitely rule.
Definitely rule. You guys all agree on this.
Yeah.
I used to agree on this, and I don't think I agree with that anymore. I don't think you necessarily need to get your full sleeve before your hand, because like I've done a few tattoos now where they were like here, You know, like it was like forearm to hand. And by that point I was like, now they gotta get that sleeve, brother.
Yeah.
Now they gotta get that sleeve. They were like, now like full sleeve coming up now because there's no
they're
going
halfway
back.
there.
Yeah, you're already halfway there.
So maybe in that situation, yes, I agree. But somebody comes in and just wants just a hand.
A hand jammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta lie to me and be like, oh yeah, I want my hand first, but for sure I'm doing the sleeve. I mean, because if you just tell me it's just gonna be the hand, that's the only one I want. I'm gonna be like, get lost.
I want to start the sleeve, but I want to start with a rose right on my hand, and I'm gonna build up with it.
I'm gonna build up from there.
I've actually done that.
Yeah.
Yes,
I've done that.
Same here. That's why I'm like.
So I think
that's
it's
why I'm like-
funny.
that's why I'm like, you gotta.
Both of you guys are like, no, you should start on your sleeve.
no.
That's one of those things that I feel like we believe these things
Intention means a lot.
in our brain. Like we're like, yeah, I believe in that, but in practice, we're like, nah, actually, that should be a bendable rule, right?
But here's the thing. So the 1 or 2 times that I did do that where I started on the hand, the client booked 8 or 10 sessions right on the spot. Like, we're doing my sleeve now.
Oh, so they
Okay.
showed commitment from the
Yeah.
beginning.
So it's
Okay.
not one of those things like, oh, let's just get a piece now and then we'll start it on my hand. And then maybe eventually sometime down the road, I'll get another piece to add onto my sleeve. Like, that's a little bogus.
True.
If you're going to plan the whole thing out in one shot, though, I think that's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
But how many times in your career, though, have you turned down somebody that came in and just said, I just want to tattoo my hand?
I would never.
I haven't turned them down.
I haven't turned them on either. I'm like, that's what you're gonna get, baby.
I got a bad review on Yelp for it.
Oh man.
Because you turn them down.
Turned him down. He wanted a state of Texas on the top of his hand because he was in town on vacation and had a great time.
He wasn't even from Texas.
No, he had just turned 18 and he wanted seriously solid black silhouette right there on top of the hand. And I said,
What?
nah, man.
I mean,
Dang.
I agree with that. I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah, I would have talked him out of. I told him like, bro, you should put that on your ass, bro.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a
threw my
fun
business
tat,
card.
funny area.
Yeah, fun tat,
Yeah.
funny
Then you
area.
can show your boys and be like, oh, Texas was awesome.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah.
Check out this big old Texas. Dude,
Check it out.
Something, dude. Like that would have been funny.
Tried,
I'm down
didn't
with
go
that.
for it. Gave me a 1-star review, said I'm not his mom.
Ah.
You're right, sir.
Next one. I think this is a good one. Now, let's see how you guys split on this. Black and gray lasts longer than color.
Last longer?
That's the prompt. Black and gray lasts longer than color. We've heard this shit said out loud in shops in many places.
So what's the contrary to that? Well, it's its rule, and then what's the other thing? Not rule.
It's
or-
trash. It's either a fact of life or it's trash.
As BS, it's trash.
Yeah.
This
I'd
is
say
where the
yes.
fart sound would come into play.
That's a good one. I'm going to sample that. Yeah, no, bogus.
Everybody, trash idea.
Trash.
Man, I do think that black and gray tattoos do last longer than color. I disagree with you guys.
I know.
I do think they last longer, but that's one of those things. Like not every color,
Right.
but I can assure you, bro. If we go like,
Yep.
oh, I want to get a like, dude, how many suns have this? Like, you know, like, I want to get that sun with orange from the 90s
Yeah.
here, bro. That's
And
just.
it's just an outline.
It's just an outline. It's just an outline.
orange is gone.
That orange,
Totally.
gone, dude.
Yeah.
But what about black and gray tattoos that turn into color tattoos and they end up being green?
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
The OG
Oh
tattoos.
shoot, man, that's that old ink.
Yeah.
You guys got any? Oh, I used to love that. You guys got any of that like green or blue ink? Yeah.
Like, you need to let your tats get old, buddy.
Yeah. You be like your grandfather's like tats too long.
Oh man. This one's easy. Coil machines make better tattoos than rotaries.
Better?
Better. Or tattoo better than rotaries. Let's rephrase that. Coil machines tattoo better than rotaries.
When they're working. I'm just kidding, guys. Matt.
Man, I don't think it's so black and white. That's my answer. I don't think it's so black and white.
Okay, so there's a gray area.
Yeah.
There's a gray area there. Where are you guys at on this?
That the question was that they were like similar.
Coil machines make better tattoos.
No,
Tattoo better
No.
than rotaries.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
It's in the hand of
It's in the hand. Yeah.
That's right.
Because the thing is that the tool that you're using, right? Like the coil machine has like tolerances and like limits, you know, and as long as you know how to like play within those limits as far as like technique is concerned, and you're like one with the machine, you're gonna make exceptional art with it. And the same thing with the rotary, because the rotary does hit different than the coil, and all I just feel is just like it's just, you know, like some time to adjust. So they're both doing essentially the same
Tat
technology.
machines are tools.
Yeah.
And it's
They
all
both
about,
have their limitations.
they have their
Correct.
limitations.
Just different
They're-
paintbrushes.
Correct.
Yes.
The only difference is that I look, or anybody using the coil machine, like a complete badass, and everyone else looks gay.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, like I'm thinking, like, yes, the coil machines are not nearly as efficient and precise as most rotaries.
Yeah.
Like you can't argue that, but coil machines make a much better tattoo experience.
True.
Do you think so?
I think so.
For who?
Yeah.
For
I
who?
feel like most people
Maybe
that
me. It's like for the
I
art,
like
for the
it.
client.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I get a very positive, like, not that I'm like, I tell my client, guess what? I'm gonna use a coil machine. I know you haven't heard this, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna use one of the ones that go. Brr, brr.
yeah. But no, usually when I start tattooing, they're like, oh, that's an uncommon. Like, people are almost starting to get used to the silence.
Yeah.
And then when they hear a coil machine, they're like, oh, this is familiar.
is old school.
It's pretty positive. It's been
Yeah.
pretty positive.
See, when I pour the gasoline in mine and I grab that, crank it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of sick if somebody actually made something like that. Like
I mean, look,
those have those little engines that are like on the RC cars. They actually do turn
Got a
on
little
like
exhaust
that.
coming out of it as you're going.
That'd be so sick, actually.
So
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
it's not the arrow. It's not the arrow. It's the Indian.
That's right.
Ooh, I like that.
That is true. Shit. Okay. This one's a spicy one nowadays. Apprenticeships just aren't necessary anymore.
Man, I'm so glad you brought this up. Someone DM'd me yesterday asking my opinions on cartridges, specifically mags. And then she's like, what should I do? I've been tattooing for 2 years, and I normally do like fine line black and gray. And some people are asking me to do some color. She's like, should I get medium taper? Should I get long taper? Should I do big mags? And I asked her, I was like, listen, with all due respect, did you have an apprenticeship? Because like what you're asking me right now is tattooing
Should've learned
101.
this, yeah.
It's tattooing 101. And I looked at her profile, and it seemed like she started in 2023. And her first 2 posts of her tattooing on fake skin, and then like 2 or 3 pictures after that, it's her opening up her private studio.
Damn.
And I told her, I was like, look, I'll tell you what I think. I'm not going to be a dick about it. I gave her some positive information, but in the back of my mind, I was like, you should, at the very least, work with people who know what they're talking about,
Yeah.
but you should have an apprenticeship.
Yeah, go be at the bottom of the shop and somewhere.
So, yes,
somewhere be around other people that will at least give you a little bit of something. Yeah.
So
Find mentorship.
apprenticeships.
You know? Yeah, if you don't find, if you didn't get an apprenticeship and you somehow started tattooing, at least find a good, solid mentor to work with. Work under.
I think there's a lot of people that just go right into it because it's a really easy craft to do. Not an easy craft to do well, but to do it, you just buy the shit on Amazon and
Make a mark on something.
yeah, and you can do it. Tattoo. Anybody can do it. My 4-year-old could do it. Doesn't mean it's going to be good, but I think apprenticeships are necessary to make you appreciate what you're doing, and that's where I think the bigger problem comes in. Like people don't appreciate it anymore.
Anyone can swing a hammer, but not everybody can build a house. You know, so it's and I'm gonna say rule. I'm gonna say rule on that too. You should.
I think that should be a rule.
Yeah, you should be getting an apprenticeship. I feel like it's gonna be the best experience if you really want it that bad and you're willing to rub your knees and your elbows. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be easy, and it shouldn't be easy because it's something that a lot of people take a lot of pride in how hard they work to get to whatever position they're at. That's not to say that there isn't a bunch of scam artists and people that shouldn't be teaching people.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean it has to be abusive either.
And accepting large amounts of cash for it.
Yeah.
Which is so
Kinda crazy.
It's kind of like, for the for the fellow like tattoo prospect, you know, the people that want to get into it. You got to be careful a little bit, but you also got to know where you're going. Like, you can't just walk into any shop. You got to walk into the shop. Like, you got to walk into a shop that inspires you, that you're getting work from, you know what I mean? That you like the crew there. Like, you got to really like, I don't want to use the word, but you kind of got to weasel your way in there.
A lot of people they're just that one part of like going to a shop that you're getting work from. A lot of people aren't even getting tattooed at all. Like,
right.
There's way more people that are coming up tattooing that barely even have a desire to get a tattoo. They're just like, I just like to make art and do this, and I can get paid doing this quick.
Yeah.
Because just like you said, the entry point is quick and easy. They're like, I can buy this shit on Amazon and start making money next week.
Yeah, you can buy a kit for under $100.
So they're like, I'm fucking doing this, you know? But then I think like something that happens is like, you may be able to figure out those first few steps of how to do some like small tattoos and things like that. But then you're not going to learn the craft in depth. And most of all, you're not going to learn to be a tattooer. That's the hardest. You're not going to learn to be a tattooer. And I don't know how you feel, how people are going to take that. Of like, you're not going to learn to be a tattooer. You might learn to tattoo and do a couple of things, but you're not going to learn how to like really build your career, build like your clientele, how to deal with people, how to turn a walk-in into an actual customer. Like, it's like,
yeah, but like you don't appreciate what the thing that you have the opportunity to do.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have to work for it. If
Absolutely.
it just happened, there's no, you didn't have to put any, you got no skin in the game.
yeah.
Right.
If we could all take our salty all man attitude out of this and just objectively think about this, there are way more people wanting to get into tattooing now than there ever has before. And there are not enough people willing to teach those up and coming artists, which is why we're seeing a lot of mentorships and tattoo schools and all those things popping up.
Right.
If there were to be like a real credited college course that mandated people do 2 years or 4 years, whatever it is, and at the end of that course, you have to pass an exam to be able to tattoo, and you have to get a license. Just like think of it like a trade school. Like if you want to learn how to weld, like you have to pass a welding exam to be able to get into the field.
Cut people's hair. You have to have a practical.
Right.
Everybody does that. Yeah. You got to have the full thing.
So objectively, let's take away all of our feelings about it. Do you feel like that would be an appropriate thing to do?
I still don't know.
Nope.
I still don't know.
But why?
Like, it's
like, take your feelings out of it. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Okay, plain and simply because you can teach application, right? But you can't teach somebody how to be like an artist.
Okay, so let me challenge that real quick.
And I feel like that would only work if your school is teaching only bloodborne pathogens and some tattoo history. Bloodborne pathogens because it's important, because you don't want to get people sick out there. You don't want to cross-contaminate and give people, deadly diseases, because I've seen a lot of crazy shit. And also a little bit of tattoo history, because I feel like a lot of people that are really going to get into the history, which is important to know, tattoo history. I feel like if it's not taught, only the person who's really, really, really nerdy into tattooing is going to start looking into, going back, seeing who were the first makers of tattoo machines, pigments, pioneers of different styles of tattooing throughout the ages. Like, all those things are important, but I feel like, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no.
I wanted to give you a little bit of something that it's right along to what we're talking about. And it was made by tattooer Jason Sweet from Oregon. And in Oregon, they have state-sponsored tattoo schools.
Right.
They have...
You have to have...
You have to go to school.
Yeah,
Sorry, Oregon.
Just go there as from another state to go there and tattoo. It's difficult.
Wild, right? So he made a post and got a lot of shit for it, of course. And it was like, he said, tattoo school graduates are useless. And this is why, from his point of view. And is it one, they have no fundamental idea of how a tattoo shop runs. Most of them probably haven't went, like what you were saying,
Oh, dude.
they haven't went and spent time in a tattoo shop, see how it actually works. To know that, you can't just go and get one tattoo and bounce. Like, oh, that was such a great thing. I want to do that for a living, You got to spend a lot of hours in a shop to kind of see how it kind of works and plays out. Next, he said they expect the tattoo shop to provide them with business. They expect the shop to make them busy. And when he explains to them that they need to bring in their own clients, they get angry and they complain that they aren't going to give me their money. And then they choose to tattoo clients at home.
Yeah.
Or do little pop-ups,
Well, think about it like any other industry, right? Like cosmetology school is the closest example I can think of. But in Texas, at least, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but if you're in Texas and you want to cut hair legally, you have to go through a school that's probably a year long.
Yeah.
Damn.
But
Here too.
When you're
a
done
long
with school, you don't just go to a salon. Like you go to a salon and you're basically an apprentice. But you still have to learn stuff.
You're sweeping hair off the floor.
Yes, that's
okay,
exactly how the salon
that's
does.
cosmetology. Take college.
Yeah.
Okay. So like my kid wants to go to school for computer science, right? So let's say she goes to school for computer science for 4 years, gets this fantastic degree. She goes and gets a job. They're not going to stick her in a chair and say, okay, work. Like she's coming in as an entry-level person with maybe an education, but not able to do the job yet. You still got to learn the actual job no matter where you go.
Correct.
So if you say the objective question, right, take the old man out, that's tough to do. But I think if you take the old man, take the emotion out, I think there is good in it if you required some kind of schooling. But what I hate, what the emotional side of it is that it kills the thing that I love about what we do and about our industry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, for me, it should be hard.
Yeah.
Like for me, I mean, everybody
It can
wants
still be hard though.
But
Why not?
But would a school make it hard, or would it be
Correct, exactly.
If you have it as a government sanctioned thing?
9 times out of 10, it won't. It'll be something very easy. People are going to breeze right through it. It's like getting your driver's license. And then, they're just going to go, here's the certificate.
Yeah.
And they probably didn't learn shit, but they're good. You know what I see it as? Like in school, there's always people that are going to be like, there's intelligence, right? And then there's people that are just good in their books. They're good at memorizing stuff, but that doesn't mean that they're smart. They just retain information.
Yeah.
I mean, some would say that's an oxymoron, right? Well, you got to be intelligent to retain information.
Different skill set.
Correct. But I'm talking about like, oh man, because a tattooer is so much more. Just like Jon was saying, right? Like you need to know some management, knowing how a tattoo shop runs, etiquette.
But those are all different classes you could take.
How to deal with customers, how to professionally answer emails so you don't sound like a fucking pirate. Or like
But think about it. So if you do an apprenticeship, you have one person teaching you all those skills. If you go to a school, you'll have a class on business. You'll have a class on etiquette. You'll have a class on BBP. You'll have a class on application. So I know I'm sounding like pro tattoo school right now. That's not what I'm trying to say.
This guy's gonna go work for Nike and Ganga Tattoo right
fuck
now.
you,
This
Nike.
guy.
But I'm just saying, objectively, it makes more sense to have 20 different teachers teaching you their specific
They're forte,
master-
right?
yeah,
Like
they're
what
not
they're
going to
really
be
good
20
at.
different teachers. It's going to be it's going to be like one of those teachers in, like let's say it's 4 teachers because there's different like areas. And then, it's going to be one teacher per class. Or per day, okay, we're learning the business side of things today with a room full of like 20 desperate people, like just waiting to get into tattooing.
It all brings about other unintended consequences.
Right.
So like you start this school, it starts out with awesome teachers, but then a couple years in, teachers aren't going to make as much money as they were making when they were full-time booked out tattoo artists.
Yeah.
So you have to pay them so much money.
Yeah. So now you end up with the burnouts as teachers. Because as long as they've been doing it for a certain amount of time, they qualify as teachers according to the state, so they can then teach. And now you've got
But then who hires all those people?
So back to Jason's post, he talks about that he's forced to hire people that come out of tattoo school, and that some of the issues are like he can't teach them to like work ethic. Like you need to be in the shop. They're like, well, if I don't have a point, I'm not showing up. And they're like, well, you need to, how are you expecting to build a business if you're not at work? And it's like,
I just want to get fed. Here's my plate.
Yeah.
yes, I want to show up when there's money there. If there's not there, it's not there. I don't want it.
Right.
I don't want to put in the work and the time. And I think that that's what it is. It's like being able to put in the work and the time and build slowly to then reach that point. It's like just going to school doesn't get you. It's like in every career, just going to school and getting the degree is not going to get you the top paying job.
You don't have
Correct.
the practical application of the things that you learn in school.
And it seems like that's a lot of what's going on with the people that go and attend the tattoo schools like this. They come out and they're like, I'm owed something now. I earned it.
Yeah.
You know? And it's not that simple.
No.
Now
I
you
was
just
going to say before, like take nursing school or I don't know about doctors, but at least nursing for sure. They come out of their 4-year degree. They've got the textbook application, the textbook knowledge, but none of that applies in real world.
Yeah.
Right.
The doctors have to do residency.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
but nursing school is hard and they have to work to get to that degree to then be able to go into a hospital and then learn all their stuff that they're supposed to learn anyway.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It could be hard. It doesn't have to be easy. It doesn't have to be a breeze.
Yeah. See, I think if it was that hard thing that took real work to do, then I could see there being true value in that. My fear would be the opposite, though. My fear would be that it wouldn't be hard,
Right.
even if it could be.
You have to have, like John said, artists who are willing to be there and make it hard, who don't care about the money aspect of it.
yeah, they're
But
just like they
are genuine.
are genuine. You know, that's kind of hard to put in a little box and sell it, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like that's really hard, man.
Well, especially when you take who would these people be? They're tattooers who
And schools are a business. Schools are a business. Like that's the thing. There's going to be things like what you're talking, like that teacher maybe teaches for like 3-4 years and they're like, I'm out. That school is going to find somebody to fill those shoes, and it may not be as good as a person as was there for the last 4 or 5 years. You know,
Yeah.
Right.
They're going to be like, we still want to keep making money. We have now, you know, a school to
it's
run.
a slippery slope for sure.
Yeah, it can get dirty really quick. And then at the end of the day, like you're gonna have guys who are like, oh, I went to the school. It was one of the top schools in the country. I paid $100,000, you know, and there's gonna be some other guy who's like, I didn't. I just went and got an apprenticeship for free. And
I showed my loyalty. I showed my loyalty. We became friends. We're like family
Yeah,
now, and showed me
exactly.
everything.
I
That
know what I did. My very first
we started
like,
tatting.
well, I didn't.
my very first set of tattoo machines I bought from Superior Tattoo Company, and it came with a certificate saying that I was a certified tattooer.
Get the fuck out.
Dude, that's awesome, dude. Get the sticker on your
That's
shirt.
right. Yeah.
Wasn't there one company that would send you a T-shirt that says tattoo artist on it?
No, that's awesome. I want
Dude,
that
I
one.
want
I
that
remember
shirt.
this.
Yeah,
I
what?
remember this, dude. Yes,
did
it
that?
came
Who
with
was
like man, I feel like I want to say like it was an old Cam tattoo supply.
Oh, I could see
thing
that.
like in a like it came with like a
Devil in
kit,
the middle,
dude.
tattoo
and I think it
artist.
had a dragon. It was like it said like tattoo artist, and then the bag just had like a dragon.
Oh, I gotta. I'm gonna go on a hunt on the internet now. I'm
Dude,
like,
I'm a large.
You're like, let me get that, dude.
oh man.
Did I just kick his camera, Jeremy's?
No,
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 good.
no.
Okay.
It still looks good.
Thank God.
All right. Well, I got another one for you guys. Social media has ruined tattooing.
Oh man.
These are hard.
Can I go first?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes.
He's saying as a fact.
Yeah. I'm
You know
saying
what?
Yes.
Contrary to what people might think of me, I'm going to agree with Gabe. I think yes also.
Yes.
What do you mean by tattooing?
What do you mean by tattooing?
What do you mean?
What do you mean by tattooing, dude?
So the tattooing that I love, yes, social media has destroyed it. Tattoo as an industry or a craft, no, it's made it 1,000 times.
It exploded it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I
Brought
agree
it
with
to
that.
the masses, brought the level of artistry from down here to way up there in the
Yeah.
sky.
And now tattooing is a 500-pound diabetic man. So
but
that's
tattooing
where I
that I
see
love.
tattoo. I'll be like, he enriched himself for sure, dude. Like tattooing.
But that tattooing that you fell in love with Nah, he's dead.
Yeah, that dude's on the deathbed right now.
Yeah.
Tattooing became
Slowly
like that,
beeping, slowly beeping.
it was like that little shop of horrors, little flower, where it was doing good, and it was like, feed me, Seymour. And we just kept feeding it and feeding it. Now it's like, oh, what the fuck? It's this monster, dude. They're just eating thing. And fuck.
So what you said about the quality of the work skyrocketed ever since social media, I would also challenge though that, yes, I agree with that, but it encouraged such low-level tattooing.
Oh, yeah.
And I think there's far more shit work out there than there are exceptional work out there.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, the ratio.
But everything's skewed because you're shown specific things that, like, if I want to go on my Instagram and look at tattoos, I'm seeing all these amazing tattoos and I'm like being hypercritical of myself, thinking that I suck and the industry has surpassed me. But still, I think the 99% still fall in a category below what I see because of my algorithm. I'm following you guys. but I do think that it helped to elevate that artistry. Now, I honestly think that the internet is what encouraged low-level tattooing because I bought my first tattoo kit on eBay.
Me too.
There was no encouragement to do good tattoos. It was just, oh, I can do this. Same thing as the people that didn't have apprenticeships.
Well, that's because you had access.
Yeah.
So if you didn't have that access, you would go through the other regular means of trying. If you really wanted to tattoo,
If I really wanted.
yeah, you'd have to go through a guy or be like, an apprenticeship to be like, okay, well, I know such and such. I'm going to call this supply company and they might sell me the machines or not.
Yeah. Now, like I started scratching and then realized I don't know what I'm doing and this could be very bad. I really love what this is. So I pursued an apprenticeship after that. But it was just the availability of the equipment
For sure.
prior to that, you couldn't buy it.
Yeah.
So is this like 2002, 3-ish?
2003.
3.
Man, I'm with Gabe on this. On like, it kind of did ruin it in a sense because it made, it's going to sound fucked up, but it made like, it made bad shit popular, right?
Yeah.
And then when bad shit becomes popular, it eschews social perception because we turn
As a whole,
right? Because all of a sudden, like if something bad gets a ton of likes, people are like,
It's good.
This sucks. I love it.
Yeah, it's such garbage.
It's awesome.
so good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
This is trash. This is awesome.
This is awesome.
Yeah, it changes perception of what good is. And I feel like that's what it created over time where like people would see shit tats and like them because it's, bro, this is crazy. And then all of a sudden people are like, oh
This is
man,
my look.
Yeah, I'm going to go for this, dude.
My mind made an immediate comparison to mumble rap.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just
Yeah,
trash, but people love it.
People love it.
And it's
This
happening
sucks. I
across the
love
board,
it.
like with contemporary art. It's happening with music. It's just like bad is good right now.
Yeah, so that's why I think it's a new thing. Like the social media hasn't always made us think that bad is good. For a long time, like the good tattoos were really highlighted on social media. But then you got like Post Malone and Jelly Roll with terrible tattoos all over their faces.
Yeah. Those
and
are
it
tight
becomes
titted.
popular.
Yeah. You seem to talking about like horrible tattoos. And if you're out there listening to this, I am talking about you. That freaking scam artist that like spins his subjects, his clients in the chair. They're like naked and he just goes with the machine and it's like letting the thing just graze like as this like poor soul is just.
Yeah, and he does it in black and gray. And John thinks that black and gray lasts longer than color.
So that guy actually, that guy, I wouldn't say that he's a tattoo artist. I would say that he's a performance artist.
Oh
Yeah,
man, I
agreed.
hate that word.
I know, but it's true.
It's such
I
a
can't
Hate
scapegoat
that word. We
word.
come from carnies, man.
I don't consider him a tattoo artist as much as I consider him as he's a performance artist. And every tattoo that he does, he presents it as this is the performance that's happening. Like he's not saying, "Oh, this is a tattoo I did." It's like this is how this was done, and that's what's really the point. It's not even the end result, really.
I don't know about that.
it
I think
shouldn't
the end
be-
result is
You
a big
think
part
so?
of it. I think the end result is a big part of it, but I do agree that the production of it and the performance of it, that's a bigger part of it.
Yeah.
But I I would be remiss to say that
The end result is not as important.
Well, I'm just gonna say, if anybody listening has one of those tattoos, we offer laser removal. There are laser specialists all around this country that can help you out.
I would love to know, like, I bet that the people who have those tattoos are like stoked to be a part of this performance project.
I agree.
But then how do they feel a year later when they have like this weird spiral on their back that's all jagged and wonky?
I think it's going to be a decade or two later. I think for the first 10 years, that's a story for them. And I mean, it'd be a cool story.
You know what?
There'd be something fun about it.
Yeah, I'd be remiss if you find anybody that's not in their early 20s getting tattooed by that guy. Everybody's pretty kind of like young.
Yeah,
young.
that's why I'm saying a decade, because
Living
they
in the
get
moment.
it young and then they turn 30 and they're like,
Damn.
God.
And their kids are like,
do?
why is that wrapping all around your belly button?
See, this one time.
I mean, you know what? I feel like the people that get that work, knowing that it's going to be a performance art and they're going to have a performance art tattoo of some hack job on their body, I feel like those people, they don't get around a lot, or they don't have like, they're like recluses, because if they really had like friends and family around them, they'd be like, you're an idiot. Like that looks horrible. Like,
Yeah, but I feel that same way about like people just getting just plain bad tattoos, like that ignorant style of tattoos.
yeah, I mean,
Same way.
when you have like, I mean, I feel like not everyone's opinion's valid.
Yeah.
But I feel like there are going to be some, like, you know, I feel like sometimes your friends are going to tell you the truth and not, you know, not the other way around. Be like, oh, it's great. I love it. And I feel like your friends are going to be like, dude, why did you freaking pay for that?
So-
like, it looks horrible.
I agree with you. But then at the same time, I tattoo ridiculous things that are really stupid.
But they come out nice and
They
clean,
look
right? They
awesome.
look awesome. Yeah,
I feel like they do. But then those same people, they think that their terrible tattoos look awesome.
No, for sure.
Like I look at it as a tattooer from a technical standpoint of like, I tattooed that well.
For sure.
At least I think I did. We'll let other people be the judge. This tattoo was not done well, even if it's a dumb tattoo.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's where, for me as a tattooer, the kind of line is like, you did a bad tattoo, but you did it well. Then it's just a style, even though I don't like the style.
There's
Yeah.
a huge thing where it comes to like the aesthetic look.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Right.
a bunch of really shitty tattoos on a person will give them a look. Whether it's a positive or negative look, it's to be debated, right? But like you see somebody like, damn, that motherfucker looks like a fucking bad motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
You know, based on his tattoos, right? Somebody else could be just as covered in tattoos, but let's say these tattoos are all silly fun. You wouldn't think like, oh, that guy's a badass, but like, oh, that guy really likes tattoos. And he's silly and probably he's funny, you know, has a sense of humor, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like it can change. It's not just about like, it's the what, right?
Yeah.
Remember last week you were saying that you think the heavily tattooed guy is less likely to be fucked with in a group if like we're outside, like.
Yeah, I think so.
So now let's take two heavily tattooed guys.
Yeah.
One guy is just like full of just trash.
Yeah.
And another guy's full of like nice tattoos, but like really silly stuff. Right? Don't you think that the silly looking guys could be getting beaten up compared to the guy who's got like just scratches and just garbage all over?
I would want to
him?
believe yes.
Yeah, I
but
think so.
I would want to believe yes, but I
Guy's
do
getting his
think
ass kicked.
that people that aren't tatters, right, look at tattoos like a racist person looks at a group of people, right? They're like, they're all the same. Like they just like, so like I've had so many people look at me in like 3 seconds and be like, love your tats. I'm like, you did not look at any of them, dude, in the last 3 seconds. Like it was too fast, right?
You
Like
just look at a tatted person.
tatted person.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have tattoos.
You have
I
tattoos.
love that you have.
I love that you have them. You didn't see any of them. So I would say the person that's going to rob somebody, there's like, too many tattoos. Fuck that. Like,
Yeah.
going to the next victim, dude.
So my buddy Dan, he's a super tall guy, pretty big, kind of beefy guy, jacked dude, but he's got his head shaved, and I've covered this guy in silly, awesome stuff. Like he's got a taco on his leg that's saying, "Please don't turn me into poop."
I love that.
It's like he's got some funny stuff.
I wouldn't mess
right?
with that guy.
Right?
I'd be like, oh, you know what? He's not that.
He wanted
takes
to get
life
his
so
neck
unserious.
done. He wanted to get his neck done, and his wife won't let him because she's scared that people will be too afraid of him if he gets his neck tattooed. And he's got both hands,
Yeah,
full
that's so
sleeves, pretty much
hilarious.
both legs. Like, he's the nicest guy in the world. He's a
Nicest guy,
great friend of mine.
Like, it's
And
gonna
I
look scary.
had to go the route of saying, "No, man, Claire said I can't tattoo your neck. I'm sorry.
Listen, Claire. No, I'm just,
I'm going to make him listen to this." Claire,
If you were
got your back.
if
Yeah.
you were going to rob somebody, let's say you're at the beach, okay? You see two people standing next to each other, both in a bathing suit, backs exposed. They both have full back tattoos. Both guys have their wallets or have some like money hanging out of their pocket. Both are easy to pick. The guy on the left's got a big black and gray, like skull, demon, fire, really cool tattoo on his back. The other guy's got like Charmander. Who are you robbing?
bro, you know
Being a
what?
Charmander guy for sure, dude.
Bro, I'm robbing the guy with all the gangster tats. I'm not fucking with Charmander. Yo, if you have the balls to get a full Charmander back piece, like you're either like extremely good at MMA or something. You got to back that up.
This guy,
That's
zero
true.
fucks given,
Maybe
dude.
like, yo,
Yeah.
I might have a back piece Pokemon.
And so this is a good one because this brings to this is something about hand tattoos and neck tattoos will ruin your life. That's something that when you're young, man, you're going to hear that. Don't get your hands tattooed. It's going to ruin your life. Just like Claire, don't get your neck tattooed.
scared.
You're going to look scary.
Dude,
Claire, if you're listening, let Dan get his neck tattooed.
Yeah.
He really wants the tattoo.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Honestly, it depends on your face, dude. It depends on your fucking face. If you have a kind face, you could get neck tattoos all you want. If you look scary and you get a neck tat, you're gonna look real scary, dude.
That's true.
Not only your face, I think the way you dress.
And the way you dress too.
It's just the way you carry yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look like an ass.
All right, guess what? It's not the tattoo, it's you. You're just a dick.
You're just a dick.
Yeah.
I feel like
Dude, but going back to the social media thing, was it good or bad for tattooing?
Right.
It made tattooing acceptable in the mainstream.
I think TV did that.
Yeah.
I kind of lump them together.
You lump them together.
Yeah.
If anything, it just made a little more like real estate access acceptable
Yeah.
as far as like how far somebody's willing to go with tattoos, how much to show, what are the boundaries that have stretched now as acceptable.
Dude, when's the last time you guys worked in any career outside of tattooing?
Too long.
Too long.
Long time.
Yeah.
So I my other job is in oil and gas primarily. And when I started this career, it was like 2019. And when I went in, I was worried. Like I thought, and I don't have my hands or my neck done, but I was worried that I needed to wear long sleeves every day. And my boss said, no,
Nah, man.
nobody cares anymore. Like wear short sleeves. It'll probably be cool. It'll be a good conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even being a college professor, same thing. I thought that I would have to be wearing long sleeves all the time. Nope. Dean said, nah, roll your sleeves up. You'll connect with the students better.
Yeah.
All I
that's the
see
truth.
is my kids who are 3 and 8. They're in public school now, and all the teachers are tatted.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah, different time.
Yeah. All the teachers have tattoos.
How did you when did you realize that you wanted to kind of like get something outside of tattooing as a second career?
I've always thought it. Like when I started tattooing, I wanted to tattoo, but I was terrified that I'd have to rely on it.
Yeah.
And so even from the very beginning, when I was, working at my first shop, I was in the Air Force at the same time that I was tattooing full time. So my entire career, I've always
had another plan B, a backup plan.
Yeah, because I don't want to rely on tattooing. I want to do tattooing because I love to tattoo and it is my passion, but I don't want to have to make sure that it's there to pay my bills.
Yeah.
You sound like someone that would cheat on their wife.
Well, I have had a past.
I'm joking.
Current wife, absolutely not. She's amazing.
What did you teach?
business classes, undergrad and grad school business classes, anything from like principles of management all the way up to like master's capstone.
Wow.
So
Fucking badass.
Yeah,
fun
that's
stuff,
pretty cool.
man.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know how we got to that from where we were. Like, I didn't mean to transition
No,
that,
no,
guys.
I was completely going to say about something, but I completely just.
That's what I did. I made it happen.
Oh, now I remember. So I was going to say, based on what you said, that you kind of lump TV and social media together. I definitely feel like such a definitive separate influence in social culture and everything like that. And I do like what TV did for tattooing.
Well, there's
in
like a
its
10-year gap.
Yeah, it's just like a 10-year gap. I think that was actually good. And then social media made it like way too accessible, like way too like we went from like, oh man, that still was like the era. TV tattooing still had like the magazines, and maybe you could go to a forum online and see like some stuff. But then social media was like, oh, I could just see everybody's stuff from today in a couple of minutes. Like,
So I agree with that, but I think that we need to put like limit on what we're talking about for TV. If you talk about like pre-2005 TV, so like Tattoo Wars with Guy Aitchison and Aaron Kane.
Oh, wow. I remember that.
Miami Ink, LA Ink. Totally agree with you 100%. But then you get into like Ink Master,
The game
Best
shows.
Ink,
Yeah.
right? And what you
the game shows. Yeah.
you were on first season of Best Ink. I was on first season of Ink Master, and those I feel like wanted to be what like do the same thing for tattooing that LA Ink and Miami Ink did, but it was at the time that social media was a thing, so that's why I lump them all together.
Sure.
But all the pre stuff, I agree.
I think it was good. I think that was the first time that people at home that were scared to go into a shop got to like see what a tattoo shop looked like.
Yeah, and you know, the contrary to popular belief, I think Kat Von D was perfect for it because it made like soccer moms feel like they can come in and get tattooed because that's who she was tattooing on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you had Ami James doing this like dragon back piece on a guy, and then Kat Von D doing this soft black and gray portrait on a girl's leg.
Yeah. It kind of like opened the doors to everybody, to be honest.
Great casting, by the way, for that show.
Yeah.
Kudos to whoever did that.
For
That
real.
was just great choices across the board.
What do you mean? They weren't
matter-
all friends and working together?
No matter how you feel.
Great casting, dude. Great freaking work.
Yeah, no matter how much negativity you might feel about, you know, the shows and that opening the floodgates, you know, there was some good with the bad. And I'm still on the camp, though, that it'd be kind of cool if it was never on TV and everything. And it was just kind of like a secret gate that you walk through. Because I like shit like that. you know?
Well, okay. I'll give you my next prompt,
always-
Gabe.
Hold on.
Tattooing
I
was
always wanna
better
jump through hoops.
when it was underground. Tattooing was better when it was underground.
Well, better is a funny word, right? Because like I'm not going to say better skill wise because it's really flourished with the amount of like access we have to great artists' work around the world.
Yeah.
And those things inspire us to do better. You know, there's always a level to the bar and it just keeps raising and raising. For me, the lifestyle was better and funner. I feel like
Hell yeah.
it's just different. It's hard to really explain because what it is now is nothing like what it was before. And not only that, yeah, I'm gonna be that complainer that says there's too many of us. There's not enough food, not enough forks, not enough spoons for everybody's mouth. And I liked it when it was just like when it was harder because it was tighter, you know, like
this might be
I
like
like that. I really do.
I liked when a tattoo shop felt a little scary.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like a little intimidating.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, just like, you know.
Yeah, like when I started tattooing, I would tell people I'm a tattoo artist,
Yeah.
but depending on who I'm telling, they'd react different, right? So I might be like kind of a little bit of shame behind it. Because
No, for sure.
I'm like a lower class citizen, but then other people, I'm like the rock star, right? Like I don't remember, I saw thing that the guy was saying. The only person that the rock star respects is the tattoo man.
Gil Monty said that.
Gil Monty. Dude, shout out Gil.
Yep.
Dude, so yeah, I want to walk into a tattoo shop, look around and feel like, I think people party in here.
I'll never forget one time that someone asked me what I did for work, and I wasn't sure if I should say. She was an older woman. Whatever reason, I just had in my mind that she wouldn't be accepting of that. So, but whatever, I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm a tattoo artist. And I'm thinking of like all the different possible reactions she could have. The one that she gave me, I was not expecting all. I go, so I'm a tattoo artist. She goes, oh, well, that's okay. But you'll get there one day. You'll get there one day.
It's okay, honey.
My mom.
That's all right.
My mom.
She
will,
felt the shame in your voice. That's why she was like, I don't know if I should say this.
my mom will introduce me to people and say, I'll say, yeah, I'm a tattoo artist. And she says, yes, but he also has a college degree. Or, yes, but he's a college professor too.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so
Oh,
funny.
he blows up balloons.
Yeah.
But he also has an engineering degree.
All right, this is we're getting close to the end here. And this one's very relevant, I feel like, right now, because I've seen so many things about it. AI art has no place in tattooing.
Oh man, here we go again.
It has no place in tattooing.
Well, to the viewers that know me, I don't even know if I need to say anything, but Matt
I feel like there's a place in it.
Matt loves AI. Let me hear your opinions, Matt.
So are we talking about prompting an image and then just tattooing that image?
I don't know.
In general, dude.
I said
Just AI as a whole.
All I'm reading a statement. You take it as you will.
All right, so
He's finding ways to defend it right now. That's
no, I'm finding
well,
ways
what do you
to
mean,
not
is
defend it. So no, there's no place for it if all you're going to do is prompt an image and then copy that image without making any adjustments to it at all.
Right.
No,
Like,
no room for that.
designs available here, and
Right.
you did nothing.
That's totally unacceptable. But I will say that using ChatGPT or Midjourney or any kind of image generator to start you on your journey for reference or just give you some jumping off point to then create something of your own, I think that's cool.
Yeah.
True.
I'm gonna disagree with you.
Okay, go ahead. Do it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so it has only been for the last 15 years that the desire was to be a custom tattoo artist, right? 15, 20-ish, right? Prior to that,
Oh, yeah.
it was Flash. That's it. I don't see any difference in AI and Flash.
You brought up that's exactly what when you brought up Tattoo Johnny, and then what Gabe said of like, oh, like you didn't do anything. I'm like, well, that's how most people tattooed forever. It was just
Yeah.
like they didn't do anything. The owner bought a bunch of Flash, put it on the walls,
Yep.
and tatters tattooed it.
Yeah. So here's the real problem with it though, right? So people are using it and passing it off as, I did this design, I want to tattoo it. Right. So I've got so many people on my Instagram or Facebook feed that are posting design after design after design as if they did it.
Yeah.
That's the problem that I
So
have with
you hit a good point, because that means that even if back in the day everyone was just copying Flash, right, on the walls and stuff, but a human hand did the original Flash designs, no matter how many times they were printed, no matter how many times you reproduced them, traced them, whatever. The foundation of that was a person that used their mind and their hands to make that Flash, no matter how many people copied.
Is that relevant though?
I don't think so. No. I mean, you've got some Flash behind you, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's awesome Flash. I would tattoo anything on that and I wouldn't change it whatsoever. I know a person did that Flash, but I don't really see much of a difference if I'm going to tattoo Flash because somebody comes in the shop and says, I want number 7 on the wall, or I want number 41. It doesn't matter to me, right?
Okay.
Whoever made it originally, I bought the rights to it. Now I can tattoo it. The problem that I have is when people act like they did it. And I feel like maybe my career was at a certain time that made it so my goal was to become somebody that was known for my artwork, not for my ability to reproduce flash. Like I did a Jimmy Litwalk flash piece a few years ago. I had a blast doing it. It was a complete replication of a piece of flash that Jimmy Litwalk made. I didn't say that this is Jeremy Miller design.
Right.
It was his.
Yeah, I did this cool Jimmy Litwalk flash. It was sick.
Yeah, and you know what? I've got more hanging on the wall in the kitchen of my shop, and if anyone wants to come get it, I would love to tattoo everything on there. But I'm not going to claim it as my own. And when people use AI and claim it as they did something, that's bullshit. They didn't do anything other than type some words into the computer.
I saw a great video recently of an art director talking about how there's no such thing as an AI artist. Like people are putting in their profiles, oh, I'm an AI
artist.
I'm an AI artist. And this art director, he opened up a book and he said that he worked with a real artist and it was the art director's choices and it was his prompts to get the artist to draw exactly what he was thinking. And then there were changes that would make. The art director would be like, nah, do this instead, change this, whatever it was. And the art director essentially said, this was my idea. If it weren't for me, this would never have come to be, but I will never take credit for that. And that's what he says. Anybody who is an AI artist, they are only an AI art director.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as an AI.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I interviewed a guy in Detroit last year at the convention, and we were talking like fantastic tattooer, like amazing work. And I said, man, I can't do what you do. And his response was, I can't do what you do. And I didn't know what he was talking about, but as he explained it, it seemed like if I'm going to draw something, not color it, but prepare for a tattoo, I'm going to spend a few hours working on it. He's going to spend the exact same amount of time working through AI, adjusting that piece over and over and over again until he gets it right. And so there's an argument there, but I agree with you that he's still just the director. He's not the actual artist.
Right.
But then he's a really good replicator and can tattoo very well. Completely different skill set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of respect for people that can fucking tattoo really well. Because I know tattooing is fucking hard, dude.
Yeah.
But AI tattoos are looking like AI tattoos.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like I did a Houston Tattoo Convention. I would judge the contest, and the tattoos that won were phenomenal, man. Like blew my mind how good these tattoos were. But I know those guys didn't draw that.
Yeah.
AI did.
Exactly. Dude,
We just talked about that the other day in our group.
Yeah, and I was like, that whole a great tattoo, right?
Yeah, we
Good
saw-
application.
Man.
But I was like,
We saw one of those best of show, like 3-day, like fucking huge tattoos.
Yeah, full leg.
Full leg. And we're like, check this out. What do you think about it? And it's like, it's just it looks all right. And everything just feels so AI about it that it's missing something,
It's missing human soul.
it's crazy, right? How
You can see it.
you can
feel
see
it.
it.
You can
Yeah,
feel
you can
it.
feel it. It's so tangible. And it's like, you can never fool the untrained eye.
I shouldn't say
You
this
can never
because-
fool the trained eye, excuse
I
me.
shouldn't say this because they're going to know, but that's the difference between us and the machines. So, I'm sorry, machines.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing it out.
Don't come after me.
I love you.
I'm already on Skynet's list. They know I'm going to be part. They know I'm going to be part of the human
First to
revolution.
go.
Guys,
Yeah.
come give me your chip. I'll put it on. We'll take over the world, guys.
It's gonna be the full organics, the full organic humans
Yep.
against the AI and the transhuman.
Now, do you think the synthetics will have tattoos?
Synthetics. That's
I've been watching Alien Earth. Do you think they're going to have tattoos?
yeah, but they're gonna go under the robot machine or that bang
Printer?
Yeah, the printer.
That's true. Shit.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys my last one.
Or maybe other robots will be tattooing robots. Who knows?
Dude,
right?
that would be wild.
I wouldn't hate it
I
that
would
much.
go
I'd
see
be like,
it.
all right, at least they're, you know what I mean? Like, at least they're making it look like.
Yeah. Yeah,
That'd be
they're
counts.
smoking a
Yeah.
cigarette.
Yeah, it's just.
All right. Fine line tattoos don't last.
Oh man.
These are good, dude.
These are good.
Fine line tattoos, they don't last, man. Those things don't last. That thing's going to turn into a blur in 5 years.
So check this out. The fine line argument, it can go either way. It can either be trash, like 90% of the fine line work out there, or it can be incredibly well done and it'll last a long time. Even on your fingers, I've seen them done. We already know who I'm going to shout out.
They look banging.
So,
Agreed.
but it's 10% of people. Why? Because fine line is freaking super hard. And anyone that thinks it's easy is just scratching it on the skin.
Yeah, I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
Scratcher work falls into fine line category now.
Yeah.
And I think there's a very distinct line between this is a solid, good fine line tattoo, or this is some scratched in
For sure.
crap that's just thin
Correct.
and dainty.
And for those listening, we're talking about like a true fine line tattoo, not just like, oh, this is like done with a 3-liner. Therefore, it is just fine line tattoo. Like anybody that's a tattooer should be able to use a 3-liner and make it be part of a tattoo.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
I've had people
Yeah.
ask
Or
me
single
like,
needle.
oh, do you do fine line? And I was like, well, yeah, you can grab any of my tattoos and look within them, and there's fine lines within them. Like that's
I run a traditional 11-round liner. And if you zoom in far enough, you'll see each of those 11 lines.
Just go,
Yeah.
it's in there. Dude.
Every mag mark, that's a fine line. What do you think?
Are
Matt?
they? So are they?
I think there's a blurry line of what is an actual fine line tattoo, like what you're saying. I think that what people see now as fine line tattooing, no, it does not last. But like what you're saying, there's a few people who actually do it right that will last.
Yeah, because fine line could be that like a super garbage, like where it's like, let's say we're doing like a cross, right? Or we're doing like a circle or a sphere, and inside of it is just little dashes in the like the most faint, and they're not even using like full strength black. It's just like
It's all wash.
It's all wash, and it's delicate little like miniature flowers and like oh goodness gracious.
5 years. What tattoo?
Yeah, like that's not gonna last. It's gone. And then there's like really nice black and gray work done in a fine line style with contrast and with technique, and that's always gonna last. But
Was that your last one?
That's my last one. Yeah.
I mean, you know what you guys are, you know what I'm talking about.
I got something to add to it based on this one.
Yeah.
Pulling a line in one pass is more traumatizing to the skin than the fine line guys who just kind of like wisp it in and go over the same line over and over.
No way. Who says that? That's insanity.
Nah.
Read the comments on people who do fine line tattoos.
They think that it's like, oh, you just gotta keep going over and over. That's how you don't traumatize the skin.
Yep. If you do,
That makes no sense.
If you do it,
if I stab you, what's gonna hurt more? I stab you one time, or I stab you a bunch of times?
no, I agree with you. But their theory is that because you're doing it so lightly, that it's less trauma, even though you're going over.
All right, so I'll stab you lightly.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you're barely grazing the top of the skin, you're destroying the top of the skin.
That dermis.
You've hit it. It's done.
Yeah.
But you're still going over it.
Yeah, to me, every impact that you make with the needles on the skin, and it's not depositing ink at 90 to 100% capacity, you're wasting it.
Yeah.
You're ruining every. It's one pass less from
Yeah, like I've been asked a million times how I tattoo fast, and my response is I get it in the first time.
Yeah.
Put it in, it's done.
Yeah.
I don't have to go back.
Yeah.
I traumatize the shit out of people.
And it's not even that you're rushing it. You're trying to get in there. You're trying to leave your mark. You're trying to get out. Either you're going to blend into it or not, or just solid, whatever. You're in there, you do the job, and you're out.
Yeah, you're gone.
But you're not going to be like bouncing the needles on top of the skin unless, you're doing some like very soft gradient, black and gray. I don't know.
Yeah, even with that, I hammer it in.
And even with that,
I don't do it.
And even with that, yeah, exactly. Even with that, you're going to hear like that bog down.
Yeah, if the machine has not gone from loud to quiet, you're not deep enough.
So I think something that would benefit a lot, and I think it's something that we do it because we talk about tattoos differently than somebody doesn't do them, right?
Right.
Like when we say, oh, that's not going to last or that's going to go away. I think there's people out there that are like, I want to get this because they said it's not going to last and it's going to go away. It sounds like the perfect tat for me.
I never even considered that.
Expecting it's going to be completely gone.
Correct,
Yeah.
dude. So what I want people to understand is it is going to last. It's going to look shitty for a really long fucking time.
Yeah, you're going to come get lasered.
It's not going to disappear. It's just going to look not like what it looks like or it's supposed. It's going to look shitty forever.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
You know, and I feel like because that's how people describe it all the time. People that are like, oh, that thing's going to disappear. That thing. And people are like, I think I like that tattoo that's going to disappear then.
Yeah,
that
it's
sounds
not
great.
actually going away.
Especially with the people that are so like, they don't want to commit to anything. And they're like, yeah, I want it to go lighter. I want it to disappear. They think that and I think that was the whole like push behind the ephemeral thing.
Yep.
Because they knew that people love that idea that something's not going to last that long. You don't have to commit.
Yeah.
And now people are stuck with those shitty tats because they haven't disappeared at all. So I feel like, they're like, do it lighter, finer.
Has there been any development with the light responsive? What was it? The magic ink? I haven't heard anything about that in a long
I haven't
time.
heard about anything at all, dude. Which is interesting because when you hear, you know, when that was all like, oh, this has been in like years in development and like,
Dude, it came and went like that.
exactly. Dude. It's like if something's in years in development, I'm assuming you've spent a lot of money trying to like get it all done and stuff, and then it just like gone.
So we went to the AFTO conference a couple years ago in Virginia, and there was a guy from like the University of Colorado or something. And he was talking about a different version of disappearing ink, but it was in the form of micro needled patches. So you'd like print the design on a patch, stick the patch on your skin, pull it off. An hour later, you got the tattoo. It's there.
Yeah.
Like the needles dissolve. There's thousands of little ones, they dissolve. But the ink was supposed to be,
It's mental. It's like,
we're
wild,
done.
dude.
When you combine that with AI, it designs the tattoo, prints it, you get a vending machine. Yeah, terrible. But the idea behind this was that it's all like nanoparticles that are specifically designed to react to a wavelength of light that is not naturally occurring. So let's like the laser at my shop does like a 755 wavelength, 1064, 532. So each of those wavelengths are designed to hit different colors of ink, right? The light is absorbed. Well, if it's a particle that doesn't react to any of those natural colors or natural wavelengths of light, then it doesn't fade until you're ready to take it off and you hit it with that specific unique wavelength and it's gone immediately.
Damn,
Right.
that's crazy.
Theoretical though.
Theoretical.
Nah, not real yet.
Wait, go back to
Wow.
how it's applied as a patch, like a
Yes.
temporary tattoo sort of.
So they're already sort of working on real life versions of this, but it's not pictures. So for example, let's say you take your wrist, you stick this little patch there, it deposits ink into the skin. You take the patch off, the needles are in your skin, but your probably lymphatic system carries that all away. Your body disposes of these little micro needles, they're gone. You now have a spot of ink that you can't see, but it's got nanoparticles in it that are designed to react to UV rays. So you're outside, it starts lighting up. You know now it's time to apply more sunscreen. Same principle.
I heard about things. Yes, I heard about this a while back, and like, I heard like they were trying to use like this in technologies where they could like for somebody that has some kind of
If you consider diabetic.
yes, that was the
Instant
diabetic.
response, right? You need something, right?
Like
Or-
your body tells you just like your thing is
yeah. Or like you get a guy that's had a bunch of DUIs and he gets drunk tattooed across his face. He's in the bar.
So the cop with the special light goes,
Yeah.
oh, buddy, you're hammered again. We see it, buddy.
Yeah, we know.
"You're drunk."
So these are practical applications of this technology, right? Maybe not the drunk one, but there are practical applications. But the further step to that is if they can do that, then why can't they put a picture to it? And if that picture works, print it on this little patch and you got your new tattoo.
Wild.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think the main thing that we got out of our conversation today is that there are a ton of tattoo rules that have been made by who knows who, dude.
Salty old guys.
Salty old guys like us, you know? But overall, the best thing we can do is discuss these things and talk about them openly and find somewhere where we can all meet and hopefully keep guiding the tattoo world into the right path, whatever that may be. And whoever's carrying the torch of the moment can decide whatever that is. I don't think it's really meant for the old guys to decide where the younger people are going to take whatever it is, man.
I think what came out of this conversation, at least between 5 dudes right now, is that sometimes there is no real rule.
There isn't. You know, we're all kind of figuring it out.
Isn't that what we all do?
There should be.
Maybe there should.
Yes.
I don't know. Let us know, guys. If you think there should be more rules, if you think that, you know, there should be tattoo schools or not, please drop your thoughts in the comments. Overall, we're here to have conversations. And Jeremy, thanks so much for hanging out with us, man. It's been awesome.
Thanks for chatting with us.
And guys, as always, make sure that you visit our sponsors. Make sure you visit Steadfast Tattoo Supplies, Tattoo Smart, and
use those coupon codes.
Damn right, guys.
Honest25 at Tattoo Smart for 25% off, and Honest at Steadfast Tattoo Supplies for 10% off.
Thank you, guys.
I didn't even know that.
That's right.
I use it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, guys, take it easy. Have a great night. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.